What's the common thing among precision, luxury watches, cheese, and chocolate? Well, a country. In today's video, we will analyze the economy of Switzerland, one of the most unique economies in the world due to both its location and its model. Before we begin, we would appreciate liking this video as it motivates us to keep on producing quality content. Thanks! General info of Switzerland. Starting with the location, Switzerland is at the middle of Europe, surrounded by France, Germany, Austria, Liechtenstein, and Italy. Great neighbors to do business with. But neighbors aren't the reason of Switzerland's wealth. It is a small country with a terrain that doesn't favor many business activities. The Alps cover roughly 60% of the country, the plateau about 30%, and the rest 10% by the Jura Mountains. To add on that, Switzerland has few natural resources. On the other hand, it is a place with expensive labor. Isn't it an odd combination? High salaries, low resources, and difficult landscape. Let's explore it further. Switzerland came to understand that in order to achieve today's level of power, they must heavily focus on their biggest advantage, and these are non-material. Trust and professionalism, two of the most important businesses and success factors for any country or company. The strength of the Swiss economy is largely due to its international outreach and strong interwinning with the economies of other countries. Switzerland has one of the highest export rates as a percentage of gross domestic product. Highly specialized and flexible small and medium-sized companies compose the technologically advanced industrial sector. Switzerland's economy can be characterized by traditionally low inflation, a good investment climate, sound public finances, and stability to the law and governing system. The Swiss economy's high degree of development exists thanks to a liberal economic system, political stability, and close integration with the economies of other countries. Many people mainly trust Switzerland so much because it is a safe haven, both financially and politically. Low capital cost, a stable currency, strong purchasing power, moderate taxation, a federal state system, and economic and political stability guarantee a high level of security for investments in Switzerland. History of Switzerland post-World War II. Switzerland wasn't so rich throughout the history. Although as a country it exists for more than 700 years, the Federal Republic was created in 1842. It was mainly a rural economy, but followed the Industrial Revolution and focused on textiles. Basel, one of the biggest Swiss cities, was a leader in the silk industry, but the real growth came during the World Wars. It sounds abnormal, we know, but bear with us. Switzerland didn't want to get involved in neither of the two world wars. Their wish to stay neutral was respected by both powers in the world wars. Although the Nazis had attacked many countries, they avoided attacking Switzerland mainly for the landscape and the Swiss's preparations for emergency. The Swiss defense was well organized in the Alps, a tough and unknown road for the Axis power. Attacking Switzerland would come with a great cost in time, resources, and manpower. Being neutral, Switzerland didn't get involved in any armed expeditions, but they got involved in by other means. Switzerland was the go-to business partner for the Nazis to get money. While looting and pillaging towns and villages, they were stealing gold and currency, which then traded at Swiss banks for Swiss francs. These francs were used to keep on having purchasing power and supporting the war operations. This event made Switzerland very rich. They didn't face any casualties, and when the whole world was being devastated by human losses and cities were destroyed, Switzerland was getting richer at no cost. Another event that slightly assisted this financial growth is that people who died during the war and had accounts in Swiss banks never came back to claim them. This meant that the Swiss banks were able to profit from that as a non-claimed account, and can become a possession of the bank after a period. Economic info about Switzerland. The Swiss economy is a post-industrial and service-driven capitalistic economy. They are aware of the advantages and their disadvantages, and they have managed to keep a balance. They are aware of the few natural resources and their quality and services. For that reason, 74% of the GDP is generated by the services sector, 25% by industry, and only 1% by the agricultural sector. Furthermore, the Swiss economy is heavily dependent on foreign trade. In 2020, Switzerland exported goods and services of 442 billion francs and imported a total of 377 billion francs. The best importer is Germany, Italy, and France, and the most common exporters are Germany, USA, and France. The mostly imported goods are chemicals, machines, and vehicles, when the mostly exported goods are almost the same: chemicals, machines, and precision tools. The main reason that the top imports and exports are the same is because Switzerland is a manufacturing country. They import basic goods and export high-end products. The fame of Swiss items having a great quality is because of the expertise, craftsmanship, and attention to detail in everything by the Swiss companies. They are designed to last long compared to products from other countries. To sum it up, Switzerland has a highly developed manufacturing industry specializing in high-tech and knowledge-based production. Some of the most important industries include machinery, chemicals, textiles, precision instruments, and pharmaceuticals, along with the legendary Swiss watches. One of the economic miracles of the Swiss economy is the way inflation works. Yes, it is different from the way other countries manage inflation. Inflation happens when more money is available in the market. If that happens, the prices rise, and we face the high prices of everyday products around the world. When the average inflation for November 2022 in the EU was 11%, Switzerland is at 2.9%. This happens because the Swiss banks, who are responsible for the circulation of the Swiss franc, are forced by law to keep at least 40% in gold reserves, meaning that they aren't able to print money in a frenzy mode as the US did. Thus, circulating money and being careful with printing money has led to these low levels of inflation. This makes the franc steady and strong, and the Swiss economy reliable and attractive to invest in. Political stability. Another very important factor of the Swiss economy is the political stability. In a study from the Organization for Economic Development and Cooperation, OECD, in 2021, the results were that confidence in the national government in Switzerland is the highest among OECD countries. Scoring 85% of respondents reported trust in government in Switzerland, in comparison to an average of 51% among EU countries. The reason for this vote of confidence is that, unlike other countries, the Swiss have a direct say in how their government works. Their system of grassroots democracy allows them to make decisions about what legislation should be enacted and which laws should be rejected. In other words, they create the policies that impact their lives. The Swiss political system is characterized by two important features: federalism and semi-direct democracy, which allows citizens not only to elect its representatives, but also to vote via referendum on concrete issues. To this day, Switzerland remains a vibrant participatory democracy on all three levels of government. The highest level of trust can be seen in various areas of life, such as in public finances, healthcare, justice, and education. To add on that, taxation in Switzerland is very favorable for both citizens and companies. Individuals and businesses in Switzerland enjoy some of the lowest tax rates in Europe. The direct taxes levied on individuals are calculated on the basis of an annual tax return and payable in installments in the following tax year. Switzerland ranked 31st out of 38 OECD countries in terms of the tax-to-GDP ratio in 2021. In 2021, Switzerland had a tax-to-GDP ratio of 28.0%, compared with the OECD average of 34.1%, having a lower tax rate than Spain, Germany, Norway, Sweden, and other strong economies. Quality of life in Switzerland. Switzerland is one of the best countries to live at. It is ranked 4th in the World Happiness Report of 2022, only surpassed by Finland, Denmark, and Iceland. Moreover, it has been characterized as one of the safest countries with low crime rates. Education levels are very high, and the high-quality healthcare system is working like a fine Swiss watch. Not only this, but Swiss people have the best salaries in the world. Ranked 3rd in the world on the average income per year, Swiss citizens enjoy a good income with proper public infrastructures. This comes with many job opportunities for people that seek to work in an environment that always aims to innovate, as Switzerland was ranked 1st in the Open for Business metric and 7th in the entrepreneurship rankings. The mystery of the Swiss banks. For the end, we left on purpose the spiciest topic: Swiss banks. Most people see Swiss banks as the safety net for wealthy individuals who can store their funds in their Swiss accounts to protect their wealth. These wealthy individuals know that no matter what happens to them in their home country, their money will be safe in their Swiss accounts. Switzerland has a long history of bank secrecy, reaching back to the 1700s and starting as a way to protect wealthy European banking interests. The Swiss banking law of 1934 made it criminal for Swiss banks to disclose the name and details of an account holder. This protection is the primary reason that makes Swiss bank accounts attractive to wealthy individuals who want to hide and protect their wealth from any danger. But unlike what we see in movies, Switzerland has Swiss anti-money laundering regulations, which require depositors to provide proof regarding the origin of the fund they are depositing in their bank accounts. Today, Switzerland is not a destination for people who want to place assets acquired through illegal activities. Swiss law requires banks to have high capital requirements and stronger depositor protection, which ensures that any deposits will be safe from financial crisis or conflicts. Swiss law also prevents banks from disclosing any information regarding an account without the depositor's permission. The only exception is when a government agency claims that a person is involved in some serious crimes or fraud. The financial sector is one of the crucial industries of the Swiss economy. It employed more than 222,000 people and generated a value of 70.9 billion Swiss francs in 2019, equivalent to 10% of Switzerland's overall economy. On top of Swiss law working hard to protect your Swiss bank accounts, the currency of Switzerland is one of the safest in the world. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope you enjoyed getting to know the Swiss economy. It is a unique economy, and we want to present it to you. Let us know of your thoughts about the Swiss economy, and also write down in the comments your ideas for other videos.